erase the weight, and the ever-steady Styxboy shall rot away your brain. Bad to the bones, bruise the furnace, pick up for days on days, and the great October slow-mo fence that bad writing to slay. We are all damage on damage. We are all damage on damage. We are all damage. The qualified, we are prepared.
Welcome back to another episode of The Qualified. I'm joined by Styxboy. He just shows up. He's not been invited. We got Joesduelin running the show from behind the scenes, and we got Domtober being Dom. I guess I don't know. We got a great show for you guys tonight. We're gonna do the OLI. We got some Frank Cho Spotlight. We got some news topics, and of course, we have some games from Styx.
Yay!
We're really thinking about cutting that part out, but it seems like some people in the audience really likes that. But I can't account for bad taste.
And to close out the show today, we'll have our summer movie recommendations. We each picked a fun movie that we're recommending that you guys watch this summer that we enjoy a lot. It doesn't have to be a new movie. It could be an old movie. So any genre. So we're going to throw those up at the end of the show as well. So whew, it's Friday.
It's been a long week. Oh my God. I'm so sick of unpacking and organizing comic books for the last 2 weeks. I hate comic books now. Really do.
It was my kid's last day of school. So my kids are now home for the summer, not having to wake up every morning for school. So now I get to shift into a different gear for the summer, which is always fun.
Yeah, I got 1 week left, so
Nice.
mostly just testing for the kids. Nothing, no real school.
Yeah, just the craziness. Lots of go in this room and watch this crappy movie that we're just going to show you because we're not going to teach anymore. It's the last week of school.
I got a busy week. Next weekend might be a tough one. I might not be here. I got to go take a trip to North Carolina to help my cousin move.
It's Kakalaki.
I'll be driving to North Carolina. Listen, in 90 plus degree weather, the heat wave begins next week, and I'll be going into the freaking hell.
Hauling balls down Route 95.
Woo!
And it's we're going to be like 90 something up here, and so it's going to feel like 100.
I'm afraid to leave my AC on because I leave it on all the time at 72, so the house stays cool.
Hey.
There might be a power outage. Who knows?
I had a power outage yesterday, all of Oneida County, which was insane.
Why? What was the reason? Because of storms?
They gave no reason whatsoever. It was like a half hour, like 7 or 8 towns were out of power. I was like,
Man, if it's anything like my area, it was probably a squirrel in the generator.
Squirrel.
Ate some wires and shit.
Yep.
That's kind of funny. I went to get a massage after I picked my wife up. I went to get
what's his name?
Oh man, well I know what was
Little chubby rubby upside up.
Nah. Well, I took an hour, and next thing you know, it poured outside. The trees were down. There was limbs from trees. I'm like, what the hell did I miss? I'm like, oh shit.
Let's see how did the chat. GT Comic, what's going on, buddy? Tommy Longbox, Friday Fun Day. At LeBeau. Hey, buddy. 3 Rivers. Yeah. I hope Marco's wearing a life jacket.
Yeah, he was in rare form tonight.
Pete, you might be the only one. Right? Everyday photos, life jacket support. If you can't swim, you don't belong in the water. Hello, Mama Bear. What's going on? 3 Rivers, I know I'm a security officer on the bridge, but hey, Spider Guy Murph, good evening, all. And hey, Phil, what's going on?
That's right. You'll be the first one to die in this episode.
That's it.
I will die, and I will come back as a recurring character on SNS tomorrow. Nobody actually dies in streaming.
To wear yellow or blue tomorrow on the deck. So, all right, ready to do the old OLI?
Sure, why not? Let's get it started.
Let's run it.
Ha ha! Welcome to the outside looking in. Books that were not hot enough for the top 10. So, first book up, The Adventures of Superman 424. A nice homage to a classic cover, around 30 sales, selling for $7. A high of 13. I believe this is the first appearance of Cat Grant.
Yep. So dust off those boxes of Superman dollar books that you have. Some of them will start to make a little bit more money based on C-level spec of C-level characters showing up in Superman.
Yes, we right now everybody's buying comics based on the newsroom and the Daily Planet.
Yeah.
Based on the 70s.
Pretty soon they'll be like, this guy's
1970s?
cast as the janitor of the Daily Planet. And they're like, what? Where did he first appear?
Yeah, Bruce Campbell cast as the hot dog guy outside the
No, they're
Daily
gonna start
Planet.
casting the books that were done in the 70s because the movie's supposed to take place in the 70s.
But I mean, we're getting legitimate casting, so we're getting legitimate names. It's not rumor mill stuff of characters. So we're getting something tangible, and people are going out and buying these books, I guess. I mean, it is a good homage cover.
And yes, BK, I am a master manipulator. You're here, right?
I'm a master debater.
I'm a master. Yeah, And did anyone watch the first 3 episodes of The Boys season 4?
Yes, I did.
Yes, we did. Well, I did.
Anyway. I did. Like I said, at this point, I'm just watching The Boys to see how many of people from the old Supernatural cast Kripke can sneak into to the episodes. So
I will say this: after watching the first 3 episodes, I do not want any salads for a long time.
No. And I'm going to look at anyone a little weird next time they have pink eye.
Yes. Thank you.
So I bet there was some freaking Buttonomics, some shit flying, something going on in people's eyes. There you go. Okay. That's all good.
You don't get it? Pink eye,
anal
salad.
Okay.
I don't know. You're from New York City. You don't get that stuff
pink
down.
and one of the stink. I know that saying. There you go.
But like I said, I loved Supernatural, so I love Kripke. I love him working those actors in. I love A President Singer, Kenneth Bobby. So it's a lot of fun. It's always fun. Always fun.
Always fun. All right, next up, we got Adventures of Superman 480, around 20 sales, average $2, a high of $9.
What's the reason why? More casting.
Yep. More newsroom casting. So
yeah.
So like these little books are popping out there. Like I said, I mean, when it's averaging $2, you're not. Even if you dig it out of your dollar box, remember eBay's going to take their 30%. And the hassle for listing it. All that.
You have 200 comic long box with all these $1 books, and all of a sudden they start going up to $2 or $3. Pick up the 3, they can make $1 if you think about it, 50 cents.
They still won't sell.
They're fun to dig out, when you're just looking through dollar boxes, stuff like that. You'd be like, oh, I saw that. I'm gonna grab that for $1, and
these books have been sitting in people's lawn boxes for 30 years.
You know what? At least they're getting something. There's something going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, these are normally run filler books. This is a run filler book, so yeah. It sees a little bit of hate and get to see a cover and be like, oh, I forgot that book existed.
Yes, and it seems like every time James Gunn opens his mouth, run to your long box and grab a book. Yay.
Yeah. Like I said, they're digging a little deep on these. I mean, these are really, really. I mean, I don't like villain spec, let alone like C-level background character spec. But,
yeah.
It is what it is. It's moving the book a little, so it's interesting.
Yeah. Next,
the fact that 20 people bought that book this week is impressive.
We got Lady Deadpool #1, nearly 10 sales, average of around $15. Yeah, we saw legs in a video.
Yep. That seems to do it.
It's true. I still say that they it'll be funny if they cast Danny DeVito as Lady Deadpool.
I like a lot of these. I'm not a huge Deadpool reader, but they did have a lot of really great covers for a lot of those runs. So
If it's Danny DeVito dressed as Lady Deadpool, hawking Jersey Mikes, I'm all for it.
I love Jersey Mikes.
Yes, BK. I only buy my books after I have to walk into the secondary room that has
the secondary room,
the little beads that you have to walk through to get into the background. Yeah.
What's back there? You're too
Do you
young.
still have the little coins for the slots though, for the little thing that screen to go up?
I watched a video of a guy that does. He normally goes into like dead malls and stuff like that, but he went to Baltimore and he was on the block, and he went into one of those places on the block in Baltimore that just has all the movie booths, and he went in with a black light.
No,
it was a Pollock painting in that place. It was
nice. Send me the link.
It was quite disturbing.
Yeah. A painting even the Louvre wouldn't touch.
Yes.
Oh God.
But yeah, we're getting our Lady Deadpool stuff now, and there'll be another character I'm sure leaked out in the next week, and then that book will be hot until we get the movie. We're gonna keep seeing it.
Mama Bear, Sydney Sweeney for the body and face, DeVito for the voice.
That'd be better if they did it the other way around.
It's like it's like actually like the Venture Brothers. You have the bee that has the nice body and it's a girl and it talks like a man. So you can do that.
Dr. Girlfriend.
The Venture Brothers.
Girlfriend. Yeah, Dr. Girlfriend.
Awesome. All right, next up, we got Patrol Head #1, average around cover price. Petrol, whatever.
Petrol.
I've never bought this book. I never will. I don't care about this book.
$2.
High sales around $11.
Way to sell.
What? Why is this on here, Joe? Do you know?
Apparently, it was optioned. So, like a lot of indie titles, we hear it's optioned. I don't know much beyond that. This one just kind of popped up on the list, but Option News moves a lot of these indies. Normally moves cover A's of indies of the first issue, and sometimes not even a month, because a lot of these end up just going into development purgatory where they never get they never move any further. Somebody just locks up the title and maybe they do something with it, maybe they don't. So it's a fun indie book that's out there that high sales around $11. This is something you could find floating around cheap. So I wish I knew more about it, but like I said, he kind of threw this one up on the list, and I was like, I did not see that Option News, and I've never read this series.
I've never heard of it. No,
I read a lot of these.
Is it about animals? I guess
it's like a what? What?
It's about robots, I think.
Oh,
robots.
It's petrol. Petrol.
Like petroleum.
Petrol is like gas.
Oh, the petrol.
That's how they say gas in Canada.
This one.
There's a bird in the background, though.
Seems like some type of robot car racing style.
That could be.
Post-apocalyptic
Welcome to the non-human race. All right, so then it's the robots. All right.
Just remember, women look at Dom for his looks and not his IQ. Next up,
Wow.
we got Grommets #1, the 1 in 20. Hit a high of $50. Only one available, and they're asking 50+ for it on eBay.
Hey, remember, I'm smarter than your average bear. Remember that.
You are a bear.
This is a series I'm hoping hangs around for a while. I'm hoping this has some stick-to-itiveness in terms of being a series that people follow for a while, because the concept is great. Recommender is great. I like books like this that just really capture an era really well. That if you're people of our age, especially, I think, and if you grew up in skate culture and stuff like that, it's just it hits those nostalgia. That this is the type of nostalgia book that you want, not a based on some property that you had when you were in the 80s, but a story that can hit those notes that it needs to hit.
Yeah, there's been a lot of talk about grommets lately.
Yeah, and like I said, Recommender's great. Deadly Class is still one of my favorite series of all time.
Cover's pretty cool. I like the cover.
Yeah, it's a fun book. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm hoping it sticks around a little bit.
Sounds interesting.
So that is the last book on Outside Looking In. Please head over
Oh
to
wow.
CBS.com. Check out the write-ups and check out the top 10 also. Check out Pete's notes.
Three
And-
Rivers is carrying us tonight and giving us
Oh.
the Petrolhead synopsis there.
Yeah.
And a climate-
sorry, I got it. In a climate crisis ravaged future metropolis, an old, grumpy, obsolete, smoke belching, cigar chomping, hot rod racing robot is one 12-year-old girl's only hope. Together, they can outrace
The RoboCop.
RoboCops.
RoboCops. I guess RoboCops was taken.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, looks like fun.
Right. Oh, you.
That's our list for the week. It's
Yep.
it's an interesting list. The 10 was interesting this week as well. It's a lot of weird stuff popping up here and there. It's nice to have some fun live action spec, whether it's good or bad or whether it falls out in a week or not. It's fun to have different books pop up in those lists instead of the same old kind of stuff all the time. So
Yeah.
it's fun. So, keeping with my Eiffel covers of the month, we got a nice Frank Driven Eiffel pin up here, which is just beautiful.
Did you say Frank Drebin?
Driven.
You could put my fire out any day.
Or sorry, Peter Driven, not Frank Driven. I was
Frank
thinking,
Drebin.
Like,
I'm thinking Leslie Nielsen in my head while I'm reading the name. I'm thinking Leslie Nielsen. And, one thing becomes another.
yes, it's quite
Yeah.
impressive.
Eiffel was a great magazine series. Some of these go for quite a bit of money if you happen to be out digging through boxes somewhere or flea markets or something like that. You see some of the Eiffels. The old pinups are great. There's a lot of really famous artists that are in there. I believe in one of the later Eiffels there is an actual Betty Page cover on it as well. So
Ooh.
keep an eye out. Keep an eye out for Eiffel because it is nice. No corrections this week.
Wait, what's this?
It's a corrections
Correction
department.
department.
Yeah,
Wow.
when we have corrections, we throw a correction in there.
Yeah.
Normally it's something for Styx, but
Yeah.
this week, we got nothing.
Wait, was he on last week? I don't remember.
Yeah, I was there.
Uh,
Quiet.
Okay.
Quiet.
We were good last week. We had the
Just saying.
we had the fun swimsuit. Who wore it better? Keeping with my tradition of giving you guys a different mixtape every week. This week it is a funk and soul mix. So feel free to scan the QR code. It will take you to a curated Spotify playlist for funk and soul music made by yours truly. So help yourself.
Oh, and if please hit that like if you're here for the first time. Please hit that subscribe button. And if you aren't subscribed to Kingdom of Nerds or Styxboy 73, head over to our channel, subscribe, leave a like, and come back here. If you're watching on my channel, please head over to Rennavision and subscribe.
Yes, I would.
Yep. There is
yeah,
more
so-
than one way to like this stream.
So enjoy the mix. Expand your musical horizons beyond Nickelback and Taylor Swift. And
Whoa, come on. Whoa, come on. You're going too far there. Come on, you're going too far.
and enjoy some
Never
fun
made it as a
curated,
wise man.
some fun curated soul there and funk. For the now and later this week. There was a Kickstarter that delivered this week. I love Abadanza. His covers are beautiful. Abadanza's work is phenomenal. He doesn't get enough credit because normally with every one of these Kickstarters, there's a Shikari cover as well, which tends to catch most of the eyes. But Abadanza's great. Next, Thundercats 5. There was a nice Ben Oliver variant, which I liked. It was a nice different take for some of the Thundercat covers. So I was very happy with
That's
that.
not this week, right?
Yep. This is
Yeah,
all
Kind
this
of a kind of a youthful looking Chitara there.
Yeah, I liked it. It was just different. You know, I could tie to some of the other ones, the full body ones. It was just nice to. I normally hate headshot covers because they're normally awful, and then they do them for 40 covers, and they get very boring. But this was nice. It's just a nice little palette cleanser for Chitara covers.
Those horrible Mark Brooks headshots that were going on for months.
The Mark Brooks were fine. The Todd Knock ones got me. Those were the ones that really turned me off, because I love Todd Knock as an artist. His composed covers are beautiful. He's a great artist, but it was like, okay, I don't need 60 headshot covers that are just bore you after a while. And last on the list, I'm not a manga fan, but I do like this cover. Manga Z from Antarctic Press.
Boobies are out.
I wonder why.
That's just a winner. It's just a winner.
Manga boobies.
I like them big. What can I
Summertime
say?
fun right there. Summertime.
Yeah. It's summertime. You want to get out? That's what you want to see.
I will never take you guys to an anime convention ever.
Don't worry, I'll never go.
I'll go.
I've been. It was all right.
Yeah. I'll pass. But I did like this cover this week, so it was a little bit of slim pickings this week of what came out. And I when I do these lists, I try to pull stuff out that I know isn't going to be on the Hot 10 or isn't going to be talked about throughout the whole week, and try to find a few different things. So,
right.
Into the future, speaking of grommets, Tim Barron is doing a set of these, starting with issue 3 of grommets through issue 7. He is doing an exclusive set of covers for the Arcade Comic Shop. So if you go to the arcade, you can pre-order this cover, or you can pre-order the set. This is the only art that I've seen for the series so far, but Barron is great. I love Barron's art a lot. He does a lot of like skateboard decks. He also does some fun toys and stuff like that as well. But for a book that leans into skateboarding, this to me was it was a good cover by itself, but knowing the content of the book, I'm looking forward. I pre-ordered. The book was, I think, $20 pre-order, but I think it was $79.99 if you got pre-ordered issues 3 through 7. So next up, I know people are pointing to the J. Scott Campbell or the Sienkiewicz Witchblade, but I like the 1 in 10 Danny. It's a good Witchblade cover. The Witchblade series coming out soon, so I like the 1 in 10. I like Danny a lot as an artist.
When's the last time they had a Witchblade series?
I don't know. They pop this stuff out at weird times sometimes.
Are we doing that shit again? That's good.
And if you don't get Witchblade, you get a crossover.
I think the main series ended in 14, and they had a lot of one shots and limited series type stuff where they crossed over a couple characters with Witchblade.
Okay, all these books like this always seem to follow the Red Sonja or Vampirella MO, where it's like, here's 5 issues or 6 issues and a title, and then it goes away for a little bit, and then pops back up with a slightly different title or the same title, and then another 5 issues, and then it reboots again. Like I said, people are going to have their eyes on, I think it's a 1 in 100 J. Scott Campbell cover, and I think the Sienkiewicz is, I think, a 1 in 50 or 1 in 25. But for my money, I'll go with the lower ratio and a cover I like a little bit more. So I'm going with that. And last on the list, Hello Darkness, which is a
nice cover.
Good looking book with a lot of really great covers. But this is a good Frizzing cover. And I'm a sucker for a Frizzing cover on a black background as well. So it's a winner. So it hits me where I want for a Frizzing cover. And it's a little bit different than some of her other stuff. I believe she's also doing the cover for Hello Darkness 2 as well. So that's what we got this week for In the Future. And in the Pulp Marketplace, we just got a couple in here. I just love this cover, which is why I had to put it in there. Death on a Pallet is the story there. I love how angrily he's sitting there getting his paints together. staring at the dead old lady with the picture of her all smiling in the back that he's painting. Just an amusing cover for me. So Dime Detective Magazine 184 sold for $139 at a 6.5, which is not a bad price for a 6.5 in a pulp. Again, the censuses on all of these pulps are thin because people are just now really starting to heavily slab pulps. So the censuses are getting filled. So a lot of times you'll see, there's 1 in 6.5 and none higher. So there you go. This is your highest on the census.
Nice.
Next up, just a beautiful cover on Super Science Stories. You can never knock a beautiful girl in a bubble. It's just beautiful.
How is she breathing?
Magically, she's in space.
Ah.
It's 5.5 went for $192. This is a White Mountain pedigree, 1949. So it is a pedigree, which is nice. I didn't realize that they were doing the pedigrees on pulps, so that's fun as well.
Oh, wow.
I mean, in theory, they should, because a lot of pulps follow a lot of the heritage auctions. A lot of times when they do a major pulp auction, it's an estate auction. It is what really equates to a pedigree of people that have a large number of pulps, and it carries its own auction. So
yeah,
like
you have to file for that though, right? I mean, you have to
I don't know what you have to go through with CGC to get an official pedigree label. And I don't know what you have to do with pulps. I don't know if it's different for pulps versus comics in terms of the numbers and quality and stuff like that. But like I said, I'm happy. I'm happy the pulp market seems to be growing a bit. Seeing a lot more slabs for sale, which is actually nice because it's allowing me to buy raws a little cheaper. Because when nobody had slabs, it was like, well, this looks pretty nice, but it's raw, and that's the only way you're going to get it, really. People were paying up for those things, but now that people have the choice between a graded copy or a raw, it's people are paying up for the graded stuff. But again, still very reasonable prices in the pulp market, even a lot of the stuff that's slabbed, unless it's some of the really rare stuff or big name like Brundage attached to it. It's still a pretty reasonable market. So it's a fun market to get into if you're looking to expand beyond comics to see some great art and also basically preserve a lot of great science fiction stories as well. And this book has a story from Ray Bradbury in it.
Damien wants to know, what is a pedigree?
So basically, when somebody has a large amount of books that have been cared for in their possession for a long period of time, normally good, more high dollar books, normally older books, they can go through CGC to get basically a pedigree, which puts this special label on, and you're kind of noted as, okay, this came from this collection. So like Mile High has a pedigree. There's a D pedigree where the guy collected, he put serial numbers on every one of his books. And it was his own weird code that he put on, and he put a little cursive D on there as well. So all those books, and there was actually a theft of some of those books at one point before it became a pedigree. So some of those books ended up out in the wild. But, there's some of these have just very recognizable markers on them that show that they came from a specific collection. So, the slabs of those will get the pedigree note on them. So that's what a pedigree is.
Yeah.
Hey, and for news this week, I got a little weird with the news.
When don't you get weird with the news?
Yeah, I know. This made me happy. If you're a fan of Adult Swim, Haha You Clowns from Joe Kappa is by far my favorite animated thing on TV now. It was run on the Adult Swim shorts for a long time, but it got a full order of a season, which will be 15-minute episodes. It is the nicest yet most hilarious animated thing that I've seen on TV in a very, very, very long time. I advise you to look up Joe Kappa, watch a few of the shorts of Haha You Clowns. It's about 3 boys and their father. Their mother has passed, and it's wholesome yet weirdly hilarious. It's good stuff. I highly recommend it. Yeah, if you're not laughing within like the first 2 minutes, there's
You don't have a soul.
Yeah, there's something wrong with you. It's very funny. For all you Gendy fans, Gendy Tartakovsky basically has a new project in development called Safari Heist. It is a 10-episode comedic robbery that will have the feel of a musical. I normally hate musicals, but I love Gendy, who did Primal and Samurai Jack, 2 of the best animated projects ever done. Primal was by far one of the most amazing things to watch. To be able to watch animation where there's no dialogue and you just can't take your eyes off the screen. That to me is just amazing.
I like Samurai Jack.
I never watched either one of these projects.
Primal is. I'm telling you, if you watch the first episode of Primal, you will be hooked. It is amazing animation. It is an amazing story told without words. It's amazing.
I love the Clone Wars.
Yeah,
the Clone Wars arc. Oh my God, I love it. It's so far over the edge. I'll take it any day. I'll take it any day, man. It's so great. You had Derge in that shit, man. I want Derge to come into live action or freaking some kind of cartoon, man. They don't freaking do that shit. Love it. I mean,
his work is by far, and as an animator, some of my favorite because each project he does is fun and unique and interesting.
Samurai Jack was awesome. I can't.
Yes, he is the man behind Dexter's Laboratory.
Yeah, Dexter.
You know Dexter's Laboratory? I go back to the fact that the guy who did the girl who did the voice of Dexter, I dated.
What was his name?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Wrong stream. I'm prepping for tomorrow.
Yeah, but back to the Star Wars, his Star Wars arc real quick. When Mace Windu freaking crushed Jennifer Grievous' chest, that's why he was coughing and breathing in the
Star Wars
in Revenge of the Sith. And they cut that out. They said it was not canon, but it is canon. That part is canon. He crushed his chest.
Hey, Star Wars talk. I changed my background.
Yo, dude, you gotta have it in every fucking thing. I don't care what Marcus is.
Next, we'll be doing an alkali spoiler. Let me stop.
There's very few people in this field that surprise me with each one of their projects, and each one of his projects are always they're always unique, they're always different. They're not horrible and derivative like so much other crap nowadays.
The voice of Dexter, it's a woman.
So, sure.
So
that's what she said.
Idiot.
We'll be getting a fun heist robbery, comedic robbery, 10 episodes coming soon. Blade Runner 2099. Helen Schaefer from Euphoria and Ballad of Songbird and Snakes joined the Blade Runner 2099 cast alongside Michelle Yeoh. This isn't news that I really care about. I like Blade Runner, but she's just a beautiful girl, so I just felt like I should put that picture up there and mention it. So
he doesn't care about the show, just her picture.
I'll watch the show. I don't understand people's problem with 2049. I did not mind 2049.
I have to finish it. I haven't finished it. I keep getting interrupted when I start to watch it.
I didn't mind it. I mean, it's not Blade Runner. It's not the original. The original is an amazing movie, but I didn't have a problem with 2049. I don't know what they're going to do with 2099, but as a series, I like the universe. I'll watch it. See where it goes.
Max has forgotten all his meds. If anybody's in Pennsylvania, can you go to Max's house and get his Viagra? Hurry up, please.
Yo, who's supposed to be the lead in Blade Runner?
Michelle Yeoh is basically the big name attached to it, and it's going to be a series. So, we won't.
Yeah, no more Harrison Ford. No more Who was the young kid that played in the last one there? I don't think he's in it.
Ryan Gosling.
No, Gosling's not in it.
Goslin.
So it'll be a series and it'll be interesting. And I don't know. I like the universe. It's interesting. So
yeah.
And she's a pretty girl. So I like that.
How many times you gonna say that?
As many as I can.
This one.
Yeah, we're getting a new a Black Label Plastic Man book. Plastic Man No More. So we'll be getting a Black Label Plastic Man title dropping on the 4th of September.
You're gonna get Plastic Man stretchy pee-pee?
No, he's losing
Who
his
knows?
powers in it.
It's Black Label. It's
Losing
Black
his
Label.
powers.
Yeah. So
Everything is falling and drooping and not as firm as it used to be.
Well,
So
maybe
now
he needs a Viagra.
maybe this is why Gunn dropped what he dropped, and DC put out the facsimile, Police Comics 1.
Yep.
To try to drum up some support for this new Plastic Man series. So
I want to read it.
That's
I love
something.
Plastic Man.
yeah, I want to read it, but then I was like, oh shit, it's Black Label.
Remember the Plastic Man cartoon?
Size.
The Plastic Man Power Hour.
Oh man.
Yep.
What was the girl's name?
No, I was too young to watch it.
What was the other girl? The
Mac.
Oh, God, I forget.
I remember.
what was in it?
That's the loudest water bottle
Paper
ever.
Man. Oh shit! It sticks.
Yeah.
Absolute Geek Podcast.
They showed on the side of the box, you get to see the Wave 2 of Funkos for Deadpool and Wolverine. So you're going to get
Yep.
Deadpool with head pool, dog pool,
Dog pool.
kid pool, and Wolverine with baby pool. So
Okay, so I went to the comic shop today, and they had
You went to a comic shop?
yeah,
You?
I got books.
Really?
Yeah.
You're not banned?
No, I was never banned.
Oh, I
you, didn't
thought you were
get, you didn't
banned.
get chased out of Hot Topic with a broom.
Yeah, so
for
they had the
being an old
Deadpool
perv
heavy metal
in Hot
Deadpool.
Topic?
I want to get them
Uh,
heavy metal.
Yeah,
look
so-
who shows up for work on Fridays.
What happened? Did you show up on Saturday?
Well,
I was there.
He was there.
hey, he's there. Pat Man will continue. James Gunn sets the record straight.
Yes.
If Matt Reeves, the Batman trilogy is getting canceled, of course not, he says. So we will get beautiful Batman in
Beautiful
the
Batman.
Reeves universe. So I didn't mind. I did not mind Pattinson
the
Batman.
I still have to watch it.
The first movie was a little long. It didn't need to be that long. It could have used some editing and maybe a half hour taken out of it, but it was still enjoyable. I get Batman. I'll say this once, I'll say it twice, I'll say it 1,000 times. Batman puts asses in seats.
Yep.
I don't care who you put RuPaul in a damn Batman outfit and put him on screen. People will go see a Batman movie. They don't care.
Hey,
Batman's
Batgirl.
Work it.
Yas
true.
Queen.
People love Batman movies,
Yep.
and it doesn't. Again, it's just like Spider-Man. You put Spider-Man movies out there, it doesn't matter. It's going to do well.
God damn you, motherfucker.
Yeah. It was like I said, it wasn't a bad movie. I like the universe they started building. But you know, I'm not a big Zoe Kravitz fan. I'm more of a Zazie Beetz fan. But like I said, it wasn't bad. It was not bad, and I'm glad that they're going to continue it. I'm glad Gunn is fine with Elseworlds projects going on, because he should be. Because there's going to be spans of time between stuff, and you need a different feel of stuff coming out. Like I don't want everything I watch to be something that James Gunn had a hand in, because it's gonna get Feige'd at some point, and it's gonna start feeling the same and have the same tone, and people will get tired of it. That's why you need Elseworlds projects. You need other people doing stuff independently that can kind of mix things up a bit. So we'll see. I believe The next Pattinson movie is set for 2026.
26.
So,
Yeah.
so
I believe he came out because I think either last Monday or Tuesday, there was a rumor that Batman 2 and 3 were going to be filmed the same time. He debunked that. Then a day or two later, they said Batman was canceled. Scoopers got mad. Batman is canceled.
yeah. I mean, they would be stupid to cancel Batman. You can cancel Batgirl all you want.
Well, who's
Take
going to
that
be Batman in the DCU? In James Gunn DCU.
Well, I don't think the Batman Brave and the Bold movie's not coming out until probably 2027 anyway. So they have time. You know, we got two Batmans running around.
Yeah.
I mean,
The audience is not that stupid. I don't think.
People don't. I mean, that's it always bothers me. They're like, well, but you can't have two Batmans running around. Nobody gives a shit. They want to go see a Batman movie. You don't care. In the end, most people don't care. There'll be some people that have their favorite that they like. Some that talk like this. Whatever. But
hashtag no more bat nipples.
Yeah.
But, when is Penguin coming out?
But again, people say I believe.
Yeah, towards the fall, maybe.
Yeah,
October.
Halloween. So it's Halloween.
I thought it was October, November. I thought they were supposed to.
It's coming out soon. Looks amazing. From I've seen of these set photos, looks amazing.
Will we get Pattinson in that or no?
Maybe, because I know that I believe that leads right into the Batman Part 2.
There we go. So, I like. If there's one thing DC does well, it's Elseworlds.
Hey, nobody.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Nobody mentioned again that the Penguin was Batman's sidekick. Was his first sidekick. They were talking about that a while back. They put something out. If they debunked it, it was something about Penguin being Batman's sidekick.
Where are you reading this stuff?
No, I sent it in the chat a long time ago.
Do we read your? Do we watch your stuff in the chat?
No, that's the thing. You should look at it. I have some intelligent things.
It's like 25 freaking reels back to back.
When I put something out special, dude, with special
in between jiggling tit reels.
Oh my god!
With the acolyte scissoring
and scissoring reels he's putting out.
That's awesome.
Not sizzle reels, scissor.
Scissoring.
If you don't know what scissoring is, type in. Google South Park scissoring episode.
Dr. Fraser Crane ran. He goes, "Look, I got scissors. I'm running around the bar."
If you don't know, you're probably not old enough to Google it.
Don't do it at work.
As much as I shit on Zack Snyder for Rebel Moon, Twilight of the Gods trailer dropped, and the show will drop on the 19th of September.
Yep.
Animated series. And it looked good.
Yeah, it looks really good actually. The animation looks amazing.
Don't tell people to Google that photos. That's not
I'm guessing maybe Zack Snyder will find his groove here, and you'll be able to find a character he can put on screen that has some depth that one can relate to, because you can't do that in Rebel Moon. So we'll see. But the trailer looked good, so I'm excited about this. Like I said, I'm somewhat agnostic. I know I shit on Rebel Moon, but I'm pretty agnostic on Zack Snyder. Some of his stuff I like, some of his stuff I don't. But Rebel Moon definitely don't. But this looks decent. The trailer looked fun, and it looks like it'll be an interesting series.
Yeah, I'll watch it. I love anything doing with mythology and any gods, and I love that stuff. So yeah,
and it'll be on Netflix, so it's not like I gotta go to the theater. It's not like I gotta do anything. Just watch it.
Yeah. Joe doesn't have to leave his house. The call comes down.
Yeah, I guess this will come out before the third or fourth cut of Rebel Moon. I still don't understand
the real movies, which they changed the names. I don't have the names
Yeah,
long.
I
Laying
don't
around.
understand. So
think August
is that
8th?
the R-rated cut, or is that just
It's
the
a-
R-rated cut for it, or is it a director's cut of?
It's
'Cause
a
that's dumb.
director's R-rated cut that has been retitled and supposedly completely different movies than the ones we've seen already.
That is the dumbest shit I've ever heard. It was
What's
his
it called now? Rebel
series.
Sunset?
It was his series. Netflix was like, "Here, go do your stuff." Why do I need 3 versions of the same movie?
Well, Netflix wanted a family-friendly version, which was the ones he put out already. So now we're gonna get more. It's gonna be more sex, more nudity, more violence. So
Just
see if that adds anything.
just no real emotion.
Is that anything real?
We don't need emotion, just popcorn.
I could have cared less if they killed everybody in that series off in the first 5 minutes. They're all horrible characters. Not good stuff. Yeah, Warner Brothers isn't. They're dumb, thinking stupid things. I think they just don't want to carry those WB series anyway. I think if they do stuff, they want to move it to Max and have it be helmed by whoever they want to helm it by.
It's going to be on Disney because Max is going to be part of Disney.
What? What?
No.
HBO Max is going to be part of Disney. It's going to be part of the.
It's just that's just a package deal for streaming services.
Yeah.
So you can get,
Disney.
but it's not.
You know, if
a
I could
single
throw
streaming
this at you,
service.
Dom, I
It's
would.
separate.
Throw it. Go ahead. See where it's going to get you.
Yeah. You know what's gonna get me. You get applause from giggles.
But can you guess what cereal, Damon? I'm fun at Rebel Moon watch parties because I'll tell you what dog shit is on the screen and be honest about it and won't salivate.
Let me
just
ask you a
because
question.
Zack Snyder's name is associated.
I did not watch Rebel Moon yet.
Wait,
What's worse?
you made all these posts
Rebel
about Rebel Moon in the chat.
Hey, listen, I know it. Listen,
Just watch it.
What's better, Rebel Moon or Episode 3 of The Acolyte?
Acolyte.
Episode 3 of The Acolyte, even though I had issues with the episode, and they were super small gripes, but
Yeah.
Star Wars, and this will be my little 5-minute Star Wars screed before Marco flies out of whatever boat he's in and slaps my hand.
It's so bold.
Star Wars does this all the time. They say something and then do the exact opposite all the time. They say something like they're giving you some deep insight into the Jedi mind or into this witchcraft mind and mindset and philosophy. And then they just do the exact opposite. You know, just like a Jedi never pulls his lightsaber unless he's ready to kill. And then the next episode, the shop owner. It's
No, you know,
it's
it is
dumb.
It's like
Rules are meant to be broken, and not everybody follows the
It's
rules.
also what's the name? The witch. What was the other mother? Not the Zebrak. The other one.
The Force isn't a power to be wielded.
Yeah.
Now fight me, girls. Let's
Exactly.
wield this power.
Yeah.
That's just it's a little
gripe.
gripe. It's nothing major,
Yeah.
but they do that all the time. They want to get deep and give you these. It's like either dialogue matters or it doesn't matter. Sync your dialogue with your actions, and
No.
that's just me.
I'm telling you,
I thought
Okay.
in that moment they weren't teaching to attack; they were teaching to defend. But that was just me.
They were wielding, which they were told it's not a force to wield. Yet they wielded it with each other. They wielded it to make a baby. They it's like,
well, we don't know how they made
Pick
the
one.
baby
no,
yet.
listen, let me tell you
No,
something.
They haven't
friction,
said it.
friction.
No,
Friction?
The dark
They haven't
forces-
said
That's how
it
they made
yet.
the baby.
Listen, the dark forces are
Life
upon
finds a
them.
way.
The
Witchcraft.
freaking Sith. I'm telling you, man,
Yeah.
it's going to lead into something, a big payoff.
Witchcraft.
And maybe like I said, I'm still watching it. I'm not thrown off by
I'm
that.
enjoying it. I'm not. Hey, listen,
I don't care that much about Star Wars anymore to care. Like I don't care about canon anymore. I don't care about
And
any of that
like
shit.
I
It's
said,
just-
there are different
I agree, Mama Bear.
groups in Star Wars that use the Force differently. Get over it. It's not just one group. There are different alien races.
and I'm fine with that. I am fine with that, and that makes sense to me. I just I I hate when they give these lofty speeches and platitudes, but then just their actions do the exact opposite. It's like we're not supposed to notice.
Joe, the complaint is the thread.
Oh, I know. Oh, I know what that complaint
and they
is.
use
And that's
the thread in Ahsoka, and no one said anything about the thread in Ahsoka. So that's what I'm trying to say. That people are griping and picking with things that they just want to pick.
Who is this man, and what have you done with
the contemporary dance number that they did was pretty awful.
The power of one, the power of two, the power of many.
That was a little
the power of poop.
That was a little unnecessary, but it is what it is.
My boss at work and goes, "What the fuck were they rapping?" I'm like, "No, they weren't rapping. They were just doing a chant. Come on, man."
Yeah, and I still don't understand how a stone structure catches fire that bad, but that's a story for another day.
Yeah. All right, enough Star Wars. Marco will be crying.
Yeah.
And last on the news, two people have been charged in connection with this California Lego theft ring bust. Authorities seized nearly 3,000 boxes of stolen Legos. One person was a 70-year-old or 71-year-old man. So it was him and a 36-year-old woman.
Wow.
Were going in and boosting all these Legos.
BK, no, she didn't destroy me. She didn't destroy me.
Yeah, well, yeah. Grandpa knows the power of the Legos. He knows how much they're worth. He'd have to buy them for his grandkids, probably. He knows, I'm just stealing this shit. And
they finally got onto the ring, went to the person's house, and they had a lot of Legos.
That many Legos without somebody not realizing, I just stole a few Legos. No one's going to realize.
I mean,
I'm just confused how you steal that many and just aren't selling them as you're stealing them. It just seems like a large cache of Legos to keep in your house.
Why are you sitting on them? You want to move that shit.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Yeah, because what you steal? I'm in for murder. I'm in for grand larceny. I'm myself for drugs. I stole Legos.
Grand Lego.
Yeah, that's grand. Yeah, grand.
Oh boy.
Oh jeez.
I mean, there's some pricey things in there. And then they're big boxes too. It's not like they were stealing small stuff. They were boosting big stuff. Not small boxes. So yeah, I kind of find that interesting.
Hey BK, I have an angle. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. For my That's Not a Comic Sale of the week, I decided to go with matchbooks.
Oh wow, I used to collect matchbooks.
You start to run out of things doing this segment. So you go to some weird corners and we're like, let's look at matchbooks and see what they sell for. So I tried to dig up not necessarily the most expensive matchbooks around, but
interesting,
decent prices. There was a nice vintage 1930s The Shadow matchbook, which was pretty nice. Sold for $165.
Wow.
I love the Wrestling Gold box of matches with Hulk Hogan on the cover. That was from Video Central Media, Park Media. That sold for $115. Still had the matches. Clean book. Striking pad was still clean. That's pretty nice. This one, while it was not a book of matches, it was a matchbook map. So it looked like a book of matches, but it had a map in it, and it was for the King Park Psychiatric Hospital, which was a psych center
there was no matches, no sofa on it, but they can light a cigarette.
They would give the people there, I guess matchbooks that had the map in it. So I was surprised. This sold for $132. So apparently there's a market for psychiatric center ephemera
maps.
And last but not least, I enjoyed this one. It was 7 vintage Playboy Club matchbook collections from 7 different locations. So if you're not familiar, because these haven't really been a thing for a long time, Playboy used to have clubs where they would have Playboy bunnies serving drinks and stuff like that. Women dressed up like the bunnies. And they had them all over the place. So you got London, Denver, Detroit. I'm not sure where that 4th one is because I can't see it on my screen.
London, Denver, Detroit.
Chicago?
Got Lake Geneva there. So a handful of them. So So yeah, somebody frequented a lot of the Playboy clubs and collected matches from there.
Well, you know what's funny? I collected matchbook covers and business cards back in the day, which was kind of funny. You know, I had a shitload of stuff. I had matchbook. My mom used to smoke. I had smokers in the house. My mom and dad used to smoke all the time. So when they used to go out and go places, they used to have matchbooks. So I used to rip the cover off. I used to rip the cover off.
Oh,
put it
Boston. Boston.
No.
Says Boston.
Boston, okay.
Boston?
Yeah, no, I used to do the same thing. My family used to go out to Vegas all the time, so I had all the old matchbooks from the casinos that aren't there anymore. You know, Riviera and all that stuff.
Sands, things like that.
Yep. So it was fun. You don't see. It's hard to even find matches anymore. It used to just. Smoking used to be a thing, although I heard since they've cracked down on smoking or cracked down on vaping, a lot of kids are now picking up smoking. So good job, government. Good job.
BK, it's not that the Acolyte, I do look, the Acolyte, it's good qualities in the Acolyte. You know, you're going to get, this is what the future of Star Wars is going to be. You're going to get a lot of things that come out.
How do we get back to the Acolyte?
Yeah, because BK thinks they sold out.
You did sell out.
No, you know what?
I'm just kidding.
He's enjoying it.
I like the positive Dom.
I'm finding the cool. There is some cool. There's good stuff in the Acolyte. It's just they're gonna have to really have a twist at the end that makes people go, "Holy shit!" You know what? I was wrong.
And to this point, Star Wars TV hasn't done that too much.
Yep.
They've everyone always talks 95% of the fan theories of what's going to happen and this means this and this means this. Most of it never pans out and you get a super simplistic story and you're like, okay, well that was something.
Because think about it, Star Wars, they want to make it as simple as possible to a point. All the shows, Kevin Feige said that he don't want to make things overcomplicated. He wants the regular fan that never watched the movies to enjoy the show as a single thing. You don't want to make it complicated that you have to watch all these other shows. And the same thing with Star Wars. Yes, even though it's part of canon, they're still trying to do something separate to make it that new people can come in and look at it.
Wasn't this the point of making the High Republic comics so people could jump in as new fans?
In a time period that wasn't explored.
Yeah.
But now you see, now the thing is, it's the storytellers. It's up to the storytellers and the writers to make something meaningful. Because look, at the end of the day, the fandom, you have the fans that are rabid Star Wars fans that are going to rip it because it's not what they want.
Star Wars fans rabid? No.
Yeah.
The way I feel about it, I can't shit on it too much, and I can't praise it too much until the whole series plays out, or at least the whole season plays out, and I could judge the full story arc.
I'll be honest with you. If it's not Plagueis and it's a brand new Sith, I'm all for it. But I don't want I don't want a dumb explanation that that leads you to that point. It's going to have to give something that's going to really. You know what? It's good.
Can I give you a quick theory of what I think? That it might be, because we don't want to go back to Skywalker, but we're going to have to tie it in somehow, right? A little bit.
Not really. You don't have to.
Well, I think you do kind of a little bit. Make the Sith be a Palpatine.
Because Palpatine's not born until 50 years later. Because remember, this is 100 years before Phantom Menace. So Palpatine is in his 50s in Phantom Menace as a Sith.
Yeah,
so he's
late 40s, 50s.
Yeah, so it's going to be, so something has to connect, like his master. The Plagueis is going to have to be some kind of because they said that the banking clans, the race that actually is Plagueis is in this because it was storyboards. So we don't know. So that's the whole thing. So maybe, I don't know.
Again,
we
push these theories so deep, and then we always get let down because it's something just very superficial. And again, Filoni's telling you, I want a simple story. So we'll probably get something very simple, very surface level. It'll be some character that has no tie to anything. And
Yeah.
like, oh, okay.
Possibly. Yeah.
And they'll leave it on a cliffhanger.
I'm all right with that.
Season 2.
Right.
That's what all these shows end up being anyway. They end up being one
Sure.
really, really long trailer for the next season.
Yeah, well, yeah.
How we use.
Yeah, good old Howie.
Now, but those matchbooks. We're gonna do pickles
about-
first. You want to do pickles first, or
Oh yeah, let's do some
Shall
pickups.
we play a game?
we'll do pickles first?
Bruce, you're in the driver's seat.
Yep.
What you got?
Oh, me?
Yep. What you
Yeah,
got?
Bruce.
for pickups?
Let's see the
Yeah,
good.
you.
You guys can go first. I don't have anything really.
What?
I may have one, maybe 2 books.
So show. Go.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty light
Go
this
ahead. I
week.
gotta go get them first.
Oh, you want me to go
Probably
first?
go for
Yeah,
it.
go
go ahead.
first.
All right. So I went to the comic shop for the first time in a long time, and I wanted to spend some money. So let's do this.
Surprise.
So I actually got this. I picked up this cover. I like the
Nice.
Scarlet Witch
Okay.
cover. I didn't read it yet. I know Scarlet Witch one, but
I believe. Yeah.
I heard on the talk show they talked about that the book is pretty good. So, but the cover, I like the cover. I got a second printing of Transformers. My boy Soundwave. I need to.
I
Pick it up.
love Soundwave covers.
This is pretty cool. David Tucci.
Oh,
Shy. So it's all black and white. I used to have this book. I love the artwork. I love his the way he draws females. Pretty nice.
Yeah.
I wound up getting the Amazing Spider-Man 50.
yeah.
Now I had a choice because I like the goblins in Spider-Man, so I had to pick it up with the Green Goblin. But I also like Spider-Man black suit, the Venom suit. So I had to buy. So these bastards got me for $20 for 2 damn books. Then I got another 51, the next one.
Hmm.
Then I was able to pick up this. I got the black and white version of it's the fold. You put the Transformers and install it together, and you have a gatefold of the Autobots
nice.
and of
Okay.
Decepticons.
Nice.
Soundwave, black and white, and then I got the color one.
Nice.
Soundwave.
Color sharp.
Then I picked this up. I don't know why I pick it up, but I pick it up all the time. They keep coming out with this Image First. It's like the
Oh,
eighth
yeah.
copy of a freaking goddamn reprint.
I'm a sucker for Image First. I know they're just dollar books, but I literally have stacks of Image ones that I keep in the bathroom for reading material because it's great to just have cheap books, and especially when they're classic books, just throw them.
I had to get this Illibrandt Green Goblin.
Yeah, that cover I like. I like that.
I like this cover. Then I was able to get Cobra Commander on issue 5. I like this. I really like the Destro cover.
I wrote that, man.
Destro,
Yeah, that's
that's
sharp.
pretty cool. Cobra Commander cover. Of course, I had to get my Lilo and Stitch.
Of course.
Then I got the Shadows of the Green Goblin, but I got the black variant issue, which
That's a good.
Green
Goblin.
Goblin.
I didn't hear about that.
Another Cobra Commander. Then I was really picked this up. I got the Daredevil Scott Campbell. I love Scott Campbell,
Nice.
so I get the Daredevil. Now we'll get into the good stuff. So
The good.
there's a guy that I follow on Instagram, and I bought a couple of things from him already. He's really got some cool art. Chris Owen art. You check out his art. Go on Instagram. He really got some good stuff. I was able to pick up this.
Nice.
And then a card. Also the card, and then also its autographs.
Nice.
Mandalorian. Got that. And then last but not least, that I'm going out there looking for the friggin' everybody who played Boba Fett, who wore the armor, test
Yeah.
shot,
Oh, yeah.
stuntmen, whatever. So Alan Harris, who very known as Bosk on The Empire Strikes Back, he was played Bosk, but he also wore the old Doctor Who outfit because Bosk was a reused Doctor Who prop, and he used it.
Right, man.
He also tested in the Boba Fett prototype armor,
Oh,
and
okay.
not many people know that. I was able to go on and find in the UK a one of not many autographed pops of Alan Harris
Nice.
wearing.
Wow.
The unfortunate thing is that I know it's not authenticated that it is, but the fact is that not many are out there. And actually, had somebody hit me up going, "Wow, I've been looking for one because I'm trying to do the same thing too." And I'm like, I just happened to go around looking and I found it, and I'm very happy to have this in my collection.
Nice.
You know, and the hunt continues for everyone who dined or voiced or whatever. And I know that there's a couple of guys that I may never get because they passed away. But
Yeah,
I have a plan. I have an angle that might just work.
What angle?
So
Dom's gonna start reanimating people.
Don will be holding a seance.
Yeah.
So I have to really think about it. But there's something cool that I'm thinking about in my head. Which, yes, I do have a brain.
What?
And
sorry.
There's something that I'm planning on doing for just to get something that I can't get because people passed away, before Funko Pops came out or before certain things came out. So I'm working on something.
It's gonna change.
We'll see. That's it. I'm done.
All right. I actually only have 2 books, and they're not adult books this week. I'm sorry.
Whoa, they're kitty books.
Did pick up a copy of Infernals. I just love this cover. It's a great
That's
cover.
pretty cool. What's that? What about book about Supernatural?
Yeah, it's kind of demonic style book. Just really love the cover on it, so couldn't pass it up. And I did have a slab come in, so Brave and the Bold 33.
Nice.
I'm not going to pass up a 9/8 of this book. It is a great book with Babs, Zatanna, and Wonder Woman going out on the town before Babs has a little problem with her spine. So it's a book I've always wanted. I love back row covers.
Hey, John.
I love Zatanna covers.
I'm sorry, John. Lucas wasn't pissed about someone Star Wars Pride thing. Pride has been around with Star Wars before Disney took over Lucasfilm. Because there are people that love Star Wars no matter where they come from. What they do. Star Wars is a family.
This Dom?
Yeah. Oh,
Would you have a twin brother?
Yep.
You're a clone.
Listen, I'm actually the reincarnation of Dom Dom.
No cheesecake. I'm now expecting a dude from Twilight. So.
You hanging out with mommy?
It was just. I have a lot of Kickstarters that are coming and that are on their way, but it's just those are slow to come in the mail.
I picked up this week Batman and Robin number 10.
That's on the mail.
Oh, that's a DCU?
No, this is recently.
Just
no.
Red Hood, The Hill. If you're not reading this is pretty damn good. Deviant number 6.
Oh, the story of your life.
I just stopped reading that
pretty
book,
much.
And I need
Wait,
to
no, not everything in that book. Oh no!
Come on,
it's Apocalypse.
I actually went through that book today in the comic shop. Looks pretty interesting.
Blood Hunt number 3.
You
Red
get
band, the regular cover. What?
I had that in my hand too. I was gonna buy it.
That was a good cover on that book.
Yep.
So
and of course I had to.
I could care less. I could care less about Blood Hunt all around.
Let me ask you a question.
Effect on it.
Let me ask you a question with the Blood Hunt, the one that's bagged. It's the same comic through and through, but there's all that won't blend the story, right?
It's tame, BK. It's tame.
Yeah, kind of, sort of, maybe, but it's not. It's not too much. It's Marvel. Anything Styx? That's it.
Nothing from me. No. I'm.
Oh wow! It's a light week for everybody.
Yeah, it was a very, very light week. I mean, there wasn't much out this week, and again, all my pre-orders come like a week and a half later than everything else because I put things on a pull list and they get mailed to me, and I get packages every 2 weeks. So it's if it comes out this week, I'm not going to see it for 2 weeks because they didn't stick it in the box. So is what it is. All right.
What we got up next?
Styx, it's time to shine.
Cho-se, but no Cho-se Wisely.
But Cho-se Wisely.
Cho-se Wisely.
Whether or not the art you see is Frank Cho. So our round one is this Frank Cho art? say yes or no in the chat if you think it's Frank Cho.
If not, I like it.
Trying to make it a little easy this week. We'll see how easy
Was
it
this a
is.
comic cover? It was a comic cover, right?
This was a. I will tell you that this art is a commission piece.
Okay.
We got Damien saying yes.
This is a connective cover.
And by the way, outside of the blank covers that he does, and he does a lot of blank covers, and they're all fantastic. We're going to see a lot of them tonight. He doesn't do a lot of commissions.
BK, yes.
No.
And if you know where to cheat where you're looking on this picture, you'll know the answer right away.
Right.
And the answer is.
Yes.
That is Frank Cho.
Is that a custom cover or
Right there under his feet?
Six said it was a commission piece, right?
Yeah,
Commission
it was,
piece,
it was
right?
commission. Yeah.
I love commission pieces because they get.
Well, you know, we gotta double check Styx's answers for this stuff.
You're fine.
though.
You're fine.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go right ahead.
That's what the correction report is for next week.
We'll put it on the Terminator page, and Skynet will tell us yay or nay, I guess. All right. Up next is this Frank Cho art.
Is that Speed Racer? What is that?
No, that's not Speed Race.
I like that cover though.
I'd have been more impressed if you said, "Is that Sammy Davis Jr.?"
Yeah.
Ah.
I can see
Yeah,
a glass
babe.
eye.
Yeah, man.
I actually like this one.
I don't think
Oh,
this
I
is
can see
Frank
the
Cho.
200. Is that Cho in the back? Cho says the 200 in the back. No, I don't know.
A couple of no's.
Well, no.
That is Choi.
All right. Answer is no. That is Michael Cho.
I like that cover though. It gives you that 1940s Batman feel.
Yeah, that's a nice. It was a cover. This was a cover from Michael.
Shot is doing pretty well with these
Yeah.
show
Michael-
covers.
Pretty good.
Michael Cho has a very distinct style.
Yeah.
Liberty Metals.
Next, round
Right?
3 is this Frank Cho art.
Yes.
Miss Marvel. This is a virgin. Of course, the old stars and stripes behind her.
No.
Although I think they call this one Warbird now, right? Is that what they call this one?
Hey, Styx, stop being a douche.
Yeah, I think so. It was around that time.
Maybe? I don't know.
Yeah. Yes, it is. Damien says yes, it is.
Right? Everybody says, see. Right? Every day, not everybody.
There's no A, B, or C this week. So
And
yes.
this is, of course,
yes, that
a
is
Frank Cho.
Frank Cho.
Yes, Frank Cho. Yeah, we're going to see a lot of Cho covers. It was very hard for me to edit this week because there was just a lot to choose from.
That's a cool cover for
Right.
4th of July. Put up for the 4th of July.
Yeah.
Like Independence Day.
All right, round 4. Is this Frank Cho art?
Oh,
No.
No, I don't think so either.
And the answer for this one is no. It's
No.
Phil Cho.
Oh, okay.
That's
There you
Phil
go.
Cho.
Yes.
As far as I'm concerned,
How many
as far as I
Chos
know,
are there, man?
Phil,
No,
Michael.
The
Three
I don't
chosen
believe
ones?
there's any relation. I don't believe there's any relation between the three of them, to my knowledge, anyway.
No, it's a relatively common South Korean name.
Like Johnson or Smith. All right, round 5. Is this Frank Cho art?
Ooh. Maybe.
A nice
Maybe.
glove commander here.
I don't know. Maybe you could draw G.I. Joe different. Can't remember this cover.
This was
And
not part of a cover. This was just
Artwork.
just artwork that he had done up, not a commission or anything like that
Oh, you know what?
from the artist.
Maybe it could be Joe.
Could be.
I like
No.
maybes. Maybes are all right.
No, it's Phil Cho.
Oh, okay.
And it's Joe again. All right.
Damn, Styx, you got me.
There you go.
Curses.
Hey. All right, so round 6, we're getting to round 6 this week, folks. That's right. Which is Frank Cho?
Hey.
Is it A?
Hey,
Is it B?
Yo,
or
listen,
is
that's
it C?
kind of I don't know about this.
Dom, HR.
I didn't say this. I said I don't know about this. I just said that.
I would talk with Styx after the show.
Uh,
I don't know, man.
C, it's always C. I don't know about John. Well, John says C. John says C.
Yo,
B.
you can see always.
Brucey got C. B.
B.
All right.
And of course, it is B.
B is Frank Cho.
Oh,
You
Frank.
got a little artwork behind him there.
Jungle
from,
Girl in the background.
Yeah, Jungle Girl. I was gonna say Shauna, but yeah,
Hey,
Jungle
got
Girl.
Bruce in the background.
And then I threw up my corner box AI art that I made. That is Frank Cho as a Crusaders, one of the Crusaders. So if you knew my moniker in the brain, Cho-se Wisely from Indiana Jones. Yeah, there you go. You're welcome.
Wow.
You
Thank
chose
you for playing.
poorly.
Who
Cho.
Say it again. The shows.
who really approves his questions every week?
I love this segment.
I did. That's why.
Yo, why is they lighting up in the chat about the Joker clapping cheeks with their friggin' Barbara Gordon? What the hell
I
is that?
don't know. Somebody's clapping something, talking about Barbara Gordon getting her cheeks clapped. Just saying. It's been mentioned like 12 times.
I know, right?
Quiet, baby.
What the fuck?
Oh, did I mention the Cho is in one? There you go.
So this week we're going to take an artist spotlight. We haven't done an artist spotlight for a little while. So I figured I just choose one of my favorite current artists who not only is a phenomenal artist, but has one of the, in my opinion, one of the best sense of humors in comics.
Instead of friggin' breasts on the women, the way he draws a breast.
I mean, his covers are fantastic, but when we get to his blanks sketches that he does, they are hands down some of my favorite comic covers of all time. Because again, to me, an artist that can draw exceptionally well and bring humor into his art is top notch for me. And Frank does that hands down all day, every day.
What's up, Yoga Fire?
So a lot of people credit this Cave Woman as his first cover, but predating it slightly is this Small Press Expo from '97, which is an uncredited cover, but that's Frank Cho. That's Frank Cho's work. So if you happen to see that Small Press Expo out there, want to collect, early. I like collecting early art from artists that I really like. That Small Press Expo one is a fun one if you happen to come across it. It's not a small book. It is 128 pages. It's significant in size. Has a lot of great artists in there as well, and writers. So something to look out for. He's best known early on for Liberty Meadows, which was, a series he created. It ran in most Sunday papers. Liberty Meadows is a comic strip for quite a long time as well. But, the book originally came out. I don't know why the original publisher is escaping me now, but it later switches over to Image. But it was with a smaller publisher early on. Fun book, and introduced us to Brandy, who is still my favorite Frank Cho character. He draws all women exceptionally well, but I am an absolute sucker for anytime he draws Brandy. You will notice in that cover in the middle, she is wearing a Terps t-shirt. Frank did go to the University of Maryland. So there is a little little Merlin overtone in there in some of these covers. All of the Liberty Meadows, which are still, for some reason, very reasonable. The whole series is pretty accessible. The image stuff and the pre-image stuff. And they're all great covers. Like I said, I love Brandy, so I love any Brandy cover that's there. He also did this Paul Dini's Jingle Bells cover, which was also fantastic. Bounced around, did a little bit of indie and Vertigo stuff. This Hammer of the Gods, it's a nice Frank Cho cover. You got Codename Knockout for Vertigo. That's a fun cover as well. He did beautiful emergency relief 9/11 cover right after 9/11. And then again, Liberty Meadows got picked up by Image Comics. So we finally got those rights back, and we got a nice run on Image from Frank as well. There are some gorgeous covers in the Image run. Any of the Brandy covers are great. You got a great for all you Bubble Helmet fans out there. It is a collecting niche. Liberty Meadows 37 is a good one. He did a handful of Spider-Man covers early on as well.
I have those. I have all those.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. It was a good time of a run for Spider-Man. Did a few of these player versus player for Image, couple covers there, and this More Fun Comics as well is just a good one to find. This was a Baltimore Comic-Con limited edition. It's just a good. I'm a sucker for sitting in front of a pumpkin witch cover. One of the more expensive books that sits out there is this Invincible, which I believe was an incentive. Now, it's an Adam Eve cover, which is great. It's an early Invincible book, which is great. And again, this book graded goes for a nice chunk of money. Even Raw also still goes for a
but
decent
even
bit of
more
money.
Fun Comics. He said that it was a sketch. It's actually a cover song.
Yeah, this was these More Fun Comics. They benefited the Comic Defense, so all the proceeds went to the charity.
How much is that book? If you can find that book.
The More Fun Comics, I'm not sure how much that runs out there.
I'll buy it because the Goblin. I love the Goblin covers.
Yeah, they are good. Like I say, he had a few little Spider-Man hits here and there. Had a beautiful Witchblade cover. I love the way he draws Sue better than anybody. I love anytime he draws Sue. So if I see a Fantastic Four cover that's done by Frank and happens to have Sue on there, I'm normally picking it up.
Take care, Yoda.
One of my favorite series that he did was the Shaun of the She-Devil. I'm always a sucker for a scantily clad ginger. I believe there were 7 issues in this run. Every cover is fantastic, and he gets to highlight his talents because not only does he draw beautiful women, he draws dinosaurs and monsters fantastic as well. He's really a talented technical artist. But all of these are great. And again, he brings a certain level of humor to his art, which really starts to come out a little bit later when we get to the Harley stuff. I think this Black Panther was an incentive. Zombie King book was fun as well. It's a good cover. And for all you Mojo fans out there, I'm talking to you, Marco.
Yep, Marco. Yep.
Frank did have a nice Uncanny X-Men.
Oh, that's nice knowing you, John.
You got not only the first print but also the second print of this the Black Panther one. This is right around the wedding. Forget whether 8 is the wedding issue or not, or whether this is right before, but you get a couple nice storm covers there. Got the Image Holiday Special. So again, you get Brandy, which is always nice. He started to do some Red Sonja. I enjoy his Red Sonja work as well. As mentioned before, he had a run on Mighty Avengers, and he had this nice Spider-Woman New Avengers. There's your Miss Marvel cover from Styx's Trivia with the trade dress on it. He did a handful of Miss Marvel covers, which are some of, in my opinion, some of the better Miss Marvel covers that exist out there.
Yeah, the Brood looks really good.
Yep.
And he draws them as good from the front as he does from behind. It's great.
Oh.
Had a few wraparound covers. Here's the wedding. And a nice nice Red Sonja wraparound cover. Yeah, I mean, in terms of who I like, Cho is one of my favorites. I put him in top 3 of people I enjoy. When I know there's going to be a Cho cover, I look for it and I'm happy. And that's been a consistent thing for a while now. So yeah, I guess he's definitely one of my tops. I don't know if he's my top 3, but he's definitely one of my tops. The early Savage Red Sonja run was beautiful with great covers. I think BK mentioned how much he liked the Mighty Avengers run. This was my favorite cover out of that run that he did. Jungle Girl, I believe, got 3 runs. This is the first series. They kind of called them seasons. So you got Jungle Girl Season 2, and Jungle Girl Season 3. He also did this beautiful cover on Killing Girl, which is one of my favorite show covers. He loves drawing the monkeys, which is always fun. So there's a nice little Modern Masterpiece edition there, a little Simply Irresistible cover homage there, which is fun. Yeah, you got that Dark Horse had a good run with Conan. They had some really good books before it went back over to Marvel for a little while. The Dark Horse stuff was really, really good. But there is a really nice Conan cover there from Cho. I like some of the stuff he did with Hulk as well when there was the Red Hulk, because I like the way he draws She-Hulk. Some people aren't very good at that nowadays, but he tends to be pretty good at it. And he did some work on the Ultimates. So for all you Scarlet Witch fans out there, it's a nice cover on Ultimates 3.
Great.
Of course, some more Conan. You can never go wrong with Conan with a woman draped over his shoulder. It's always fun. There was the 8th variant of Captain America Lives. Threw that in there for AOA. I'm sure he's watching somebody else's show tonight, but AOA, if you watch it on the rewind, threw that in there for you. We got Jungle Girl Season 2. This was one of the sketch covers. I mean, if you remember back in this era of the 20-teens, early 20-teens, we got a lot of here's your color and here's your sketch variant for a lot of these, or sketch exclusive. A lot of his sketch exclusives are very nice. This is no different. Great Secret Invasion cover as well, by the way. Did Masquerade for Dynamite, very short-lived series. Jungle Girl Season 2. Again, I had to choose the non-risque cover for this. If you want the third one over, there is a non-tear version, which is a beautiful black and white version, which shows all of the posterior, which is a very, very beautiful cover.
The derriere.
Yes, all of it. The full crack. Another one of my favorite show covers. I really love this War Heroes 3. It's just a good cover. Kind of feels pin up, but at the same time doesn't feel pin up. It's just it's a good all around cover. if you're a fan of Hit Monkey, yeah, that's Frank Cho. Frank Cho on number 1. There's the color version and this black and white. I kind of dig the black and white on this one. He did a ton of these white background individual character covers as well. I just threw in the Bullseye because I dig Bullseye.
Good character.
And like I said, I like the way he draws She-Hulk when he's doing a lot of the Hulk work as well. He did the cover run on the 50 Girls 50, which is nice.
Never heard of this at all.
Yeah,
No.
well, Image was spitting out like 70 titles a month of different titles. So a lot of these, the Image was at that time they were spitting out so many different titles and new titles constantly. So a lot of this stuff goes unchecked. But this is again, if you're a bubble helmet collector, you are out there. You know who you are. These are great covers.
Looks like she's smuggling moon rocks.
Again, always love Sue. Draws a good Sue. He started to move into, once you get into that Savage Wolverine, he started to go to this kind of this format where he was kind of drawing some boxes in the back, some panels in the back, a lot of times with either ballpoint pen or just black and white that were muted with a main character on the front. So the Savage Wolverine covers are very nice. This was, I think, Children of the Atom, which is a really nice wraparound cover. Because you're looking at it and you're like, oh shit, I don't want to buy a Scott Summers cover. But then
hey, leave Scott alone.
Roll around and look at the back and you're like, oh shit, I got Emma on the back. All's right in the world.
Right where he's supposed to be.
Again, he did a few Black Widow covers. I like his Black Widow covers.
That one's cool. I like that.
Yeah. Nice little X-23 cover. Again, a somewhat black and white version of Avengers 29. There's a color version of that as well. He did do a cover for Big Trouble in Little China, Eyes of the Jade. Did throw in Inhumans in there. I never go wrong with a good Medusa cover. I did a cover on this again. Image had 8 million titles back then, but Shudder is a good cover for Shudder. I think it might be number 1. And again, you start to get a lot of these different background kind of panel covers that he did. I think all of them are pretty sharp. That Amazing Spider-Man. That's cool Spider-Man. Plus, you get a little black cat there in the background. That nice Gamora on that Guardians of the Galaxy. Not a lot of stuff. There's not a lot of Frank Cho Star Wars stuff, but I had to throw in one in there.
Dom's internet went down. He apologizes.
He did
on the cord again.
He did a nice series of the Where the Monsters Dwell, the Phantom Eagle. These are all fun covers as well. You get to see a lot of women, a lot of monsters, a lot of dinosaurs. It's just fun covers, fun series. For you Amadeus Cho fans, Frank Cho did some Amadeus Cho. So you got both of the covers there on number 1 of Totally Awesome Hulk. I didn't, until I was going through here, I didn't realize he had done this book, which I will look for because I like weird off-title books. He did this cover for this Bruce Lee, The Dragon Rises, which I thought was a fun cover. And on Dark Horse Presents May, that's just a fun cover as well. This one is it's a nice painted cover that he did for this Black Panther too, which I like. Udon Never Lets Me Down. Little homage there. Thank you, little homage to Milo with that beautiful cami cover. He did do some of the Wonder Woman Rebirth stuff as well. He had a handful of covers within that run. Skyborn, he did most of the covers, covers for Skyborn through Boom. And then he started doing Harley. And let me tell you, Frank did a lot of Harley. That Amanda Conner run and Jimmy Palmieri run of Harley. He did, I believe, a cover for pretty much every issue almost. So that it's like a 60 issue run. So if you're a fan of Harley, Frank will hit you in the right place, because his Harley covers, hands down, are the best Harley covers, because nobody captures Harley, I feel, the way Frank does.
Yeah.
And you get everything from these black and white gorgeous covers to the fun, hilarious Harley covers. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fucking with the Joker, which is always fun covers as well. A lot of good holiday covers as well. I like her dressed as Santa, stuck in the chimney. Everybody, her and the inner tube with the shark is a pretty recognizable cover. Again, just great fun Harley covers, and the black and white ones are they're stunning covers. They're just really beautiful work, and I love when she screws with Power Girl as well. You actually get a little boob window there, so it's a fun little Power Girl joke. He did do a cover of Shaolin Cowboy. If you're a fan of Jeff Darrow, Shaolin Cowboy is a great series, but he did do a pretty cool cover for Shaolin Cowboy. Again, the Harley stuff, hands down, it was a really phenomenal run. I don't think there's been a better Harley run. People can correct me if they feel differently, but Amanda Conner's Harley run and a lot of her covers and the Frank Cho covers within that run are just fun. And I love anytime he does a throwback Harley. Again, you can't go wrong with the yoga cover. Again, witch covers are always great. I'm sure there has to be a niche somewhere where people just collect witch covers. That hits pretty well. And again, the covers are just funny. And a lot of people can do funny covers, but the art is, I like the fact that he can draw a damn good cover. That Scarecrow cover is great. Did do a Deja Thoris, having a little ASM there. Again, kind of closing out some of that Harley run. There's a beautiful black and white Batman. We had a set of connecting covers for Batman 50. That was I think that was the wedding that was supposed to happen.
Yes.
With Bruce and Selena. But it's a fun 3 connecting covers to get them all on there. He did a nice little War of the Realms cover. Nice, again, his ballpoint pen, like most of that blanket and stuff like that, looks like a lot of his ballpoint pen work, which is amazingly detailed and really gorgeous. But it's a nice wraparound Vampirella. Great Black Cat. Nice, simple Black Cat cover.
Mm-hmm.
A little more Vampirella. I love me a throwback Catwoman. So I will take purple unitard Catwoman any day of the week.
I like the cover, Gotham City Monsters. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, the Gotham City Monsters cover is fun. There was a crossover Vampirella and Red Sonja, so you got a cover out of that. He had a couple nice Punchline covers as well. He did a handful of the covers on that Marjorie Finnegan temporal criminal. He did this Invincible Red Sonja. He did a string of, it's probably like 10 covers where they're just these good black and white, good, funny Red Sonja covers.
Some good covers.
Yeah, his work is his black and white. I love his black and white work. It's always super, super sharp. His inks are gorgeous. I mean, there's some people where you like, it has to be inked to like it. There's some where it's like, I like black and white. I don't like it inked. I like his work all around, but you could see the detail. His faces always have expression in them, which I like. They're always expressive. There's always some type of emotion in them, which a lot of artists don't always capture. He did Fight Girl series, which was fun. He did some of a few covers for the recent Poison Ivy run. There was the Moon Knight Black, White, and Red. He had one of the covers that was in that series. He did one of the Fortnite covers.
Damn Fortnite.
There's some ballpoint pen there on that Batman 134, which is a gorgeous cover. That's a fun kind of negative space-ish cover that is just, it's beautiful. Like I said, nobody does work like that. That's why I like Frank. Frank to me is very recognizable. When I see his work, I can go, okay, that's Frank Cho. But it never lets me down, and he evolves with his work as well. It's never boring. I had to cover up with that. Wow, that wow was not on that cover. I had to place that on that cover there, but I couldn't not put a Betty Page cover that he did on the list.
You got a little boobage on that bottom there.
Yeah,
that you didn't cover up if you look closely.
Yeah. You hear that, YouTube? Look closely.
Closer.
Yeah. We need limited monetization again this week. Again, he did some great Catwoman covers, some more Poison Ivy covers. Again, that recent series, I believe he has another one coming out soon. That series Red Light that had some really great The Call covers. Frank has a couple covers on there as well. His Batman work is beautiful. Like, he draws women beautifully, and I love when he draws women, but he can draw other characters well. That Batman with Joker is a beautiful cover. If you're a Batman fan, if you're a Joker fan, it's just a great cover down. The most recent run of Savage Red Sonja. I know everyone loves the Dan Panosian stuff. I love the Dan Panosian stuff, but Frank had a run of covers in that as well that were all gorgeous. And now we get to the fun blank sketch covers, which to me are some of my favorites, especially the people he puts in the background. They're always good, especially anything where it's Kara and Supergirl. Sorry, Kara and Power Girl. Those are always fun. Yeah, they're both called Kara. Those are always fun because
she's called Paige now. Paige.
Supergirl is always very jealous of Power Girl's assets in his covers, which is always fun. There's a long running set of sketch covers he does where he makes Aunt May's wheat cake jokes and references, which is always fun. You always wondered why there was a boob window for Power Girl. Now you know. I love the olive oil wheat cakes cover. And again, I love that he'll throw Spider-Man or Spider-Gwen in the background. He has a lot of Spider-Gwen ones about her being very politically correct about things and being outraged about everything. So that's always fun. Yet again, another nice homage there.
I like that. Venom loves Venom.
It's one of my favorite. I love the Pink Panther cover. Black Panther tells her that we don't talk about Pink Panther. We keep him on the down low.
Great.
A fun Zatanna cover as well, which is a fun little rip on Harry Potter. You'll find if you look through, because he has tons of these that he's done for people that people post up there. There's no, unfortunately, fun little library to find all of them, but a lot of times.
Do you know how much he charges for commission?
I have no clue. I'm guessing if you get there, it's probably a few $100, but I can't think of somebody that's more fun if they're available at a con to have a blank done for you than to have Frank do something. Because as you can see, these aren't like just little crappy one-offs. There's thought put into these. There's humor put into these. And again, one of my favorite things is anytime Power Girl and Supergirl are in a scene together and Clark says something a little pervy, Batman is always popping up there, either calling him an inbred or yelling at him because they're cousins. He didn't do a ton of Star Wars covers, but he did do a sketch cover. Again, one of my favorite. I love the Gwen in a neck brace saying "Nice save, Parker." That to me
outrage.
is the outrage. That is a hilarious cover. I do love the Doc Ock and Aunt May French kissing.
That's awesome. Granny love.
And again, there we go. We have the old Clark looking at the old boob window and Batman telling him she's your cousin, you Kryptonian inbred. And you can't go wrong with the Watcher watching. Also,
yeah, John.
Very fun cover.
I like that. 2 words, wheat cakes.
I like
Are you
said,
serious?
I love Frank.
I'm dying.
Frank does the circuit a lot. I mean, I think if you have a chance to get a sketch cover done by him, like I said, I think it's just well worth it because again, I don't think that there's any artist that puts as much thought into the sketch covers that he does as Frank does.
Yeah, man, so. I can just imagine some sketch covers if I see him at a show.
I mean, any of these could be colored and be on the shelf. You can't say that about a lot of sketch covers people do at cons sometimes. Some of the artists.
Looks like he's going to be in Baltimore.
Yeah. Which you should. I mean, he's a Maryland boy, so I would expect him to show up in Baltimore.
Yes, I'm the watcher. I like to watch.
Doesn't everybody?
Yeah.
And of course, Ben's telling her to polish that rock, baby. Good stuff. So I hope you enjoyed this look at Frank. Hopefully looking at these covers will help you recognize his work a little easier when you are, going through stacks of books and looking at books. His signature is also extremely distinct. It's just that small Cho that you see down there. It appears pretty much on every book he does. it's normally in an open field of color enough, or in an open space that it's normally pretty recognizable. So
Nice.
Frank
Good
Cho,
work.
everybody.
Yay, Cho.
And I also wanted to show, because I left one book off. Hey, look, there's Styx.
It sticks.
Hi.
I wanted to show
Where?
my favorite Cho book that he ever did is this 1 in 25 Iron Man 9 of Hellcat. I'm a big Patsy Walker fan, so this hit me in the right spot. But this is an amazingly beautiful book in hand. And also, if you just like to look at his art and want to do that, he has a bunch of sketchbooks out as well, which are really fantastic.
That's cool. Thank you, Joe. Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Summer watch list time. So I just asked the boys to come up with a movie each, just to give as a recommendation for the summer. First up on the list, Summer Rental. Who claims it?
Summer Rental. That's mine. I picked this one. This is one of my favorite John Candy movies from 1985. So, kind of a quick on the plot. John Candy's character is given 5 weeks paid leave, and he chooses to take his family to the beach, where he's, as typical Candy, he's a bumbling character and doesn't really get anything too right, especially for his family. But it's a good comedy and worth the watch. I give it a definite 4 to 5 stars on this one just for Candy alone. So
it's, if you've ever gone as a kid, if you've ever gone on vacation, with your family, or as a father, if you've ever taken your kids, your wife on vacation, this is a perfect movie, because
yes, yeah,
it hits in the right spot in terms of some of the experiences that one goes through. We tend to look at things with rose-colored glasses as kids when we went on vacations with our family. Sometimes the adult perspective is a bit different and goes different ways, and this movie definitely covers that.
I think I saw this a long time ago, man.
Yeah.
It's a good movie. It's a style of movie you don't see this style of movie really made anymore.
Oh, get out of here.
It's good stuff. Yeah. Next on the list, Crawl.
Ooh. Yay. I love sci-fi. I love early 80s sci-fi movies. This came out a year after Dune, I believe. And it has a young Liam Neeson in it.
Nice.
Does not have a certain set of skills yet.
Ken Marshall, Freddie Jones, Robbie Coltrane, Lisa Anthony. It's one of these movies that was bad, but it becomes it's a good movie after you get past some of the bad CGI.
For the time, it's like it's hard sometimes going back. I can go back and watch these movies and enjoy them, but one always has to watch them in the context of when they were made and what was available in terms of special effects, with some of the budgets that some of these movies had. Because some of these movies didn't have huge budgets.
It was a basic, there's a monster, they kidnap the princess, here's the king, prince, let's go get a party of 5 and let's go attack this monster and get the princess back.
Which is see what I mean? All you need is a simple story. There's a hero's journey. You don't have to remake it. You don't have to remake every goddamn movie under the sun that was made at some other time.
I want a
Crow
remake.
Journey. It's a simple
Give me
story.
a Crow remake.
Nope.
Yes.
You'd be sorely disappointed.
Along with Ice Pirates.
You'll watch it, and at the end,
Freaking goddamn, I love that, man. Ice Pirates, this was funny.
This is great.
Love that shit.
They remake those things. You'll look at it later and be like,
Robert Urich.
I'd
Ice
rather
Pirates.
just watch the original.
I will say remakes are a dime a dozen that they get it right. So don't do it.
Yes, Bruce and I were arguing about this earlier today because apparently the news came out that they were looking to remake Enemy Mine, which I feel is a perfect movie the way it is, and leave it the hell alone.
Wow.
You're not going to make it better.
Yeah,
You're not going to make that movie.
It's another
better.
obscure movie. Nobody remembers.
I remember it.
Why not remake it?
People
But they
remember it.
also made
He took
that-
care of zombies.
Listen, they also made that. They also had elements of that in those TV shows too. They made episodes in Rebels. Remember Rebels when friggin' Zeb and Callus was stuck on the planet? They did that.
Yeah.
They made a whole bunch of different things, and so they had it in movies too.
To me, I would rather, if it's a movie that I've never seen, and I've seen Enemy Mine 100 times.
Oh yeah, my God, that's great movie.
But you know, for people that have never experienced that movie, and I understand there's a generation of people that have never seen the movie, blah blah blah. To me, it's fun to explore and find those movies and see them for the first time.
But,
you know, the way they were made.
You have to
then be
actually have to go
introduced
look
to it.
for it. Where is it streaming?
I'm sure it's streaming. I watched it
Probably
probably
Tubi.
4 months
Check
ago. Yeah,
Check
it is available.
Everything's on Tubi.
But you know, you can find it. I feel bad when people are introduced to something that was good. That was, I mean, it's an emotional movie. It had a budget bigger than it should have, and it failed at the box office. But in retrospect, it is still a bit of a cult sci-fi favorite.
And it also had some tones to it, like everyday tones about, don't like racist type tones that because you hit an alien and you're a human being, you guys can get along to work with each other to make things happen. So come on, USA, get together, get the shit together and stop the crap.
Yeah.
We all can work.
I think 40 years is enough time to do a remake of a movie.
I don't think you should do remakes to begin with, man.
Again.
Well, we wouldn't have The Thing.
Why did the writers strike?
Born, The Departed. There's so many remakes that people love.
They are, and most I will say most are not better than the original.
Well, The World,
Rarely.
True Grit, The Mummy, Hairspray, which was great.
Now, if they do, I have no problem with a reimagining of a movie where you take a concept and you want to go a really different direction with it. They do it with Hamlet all the time. Oh, here's Hamlet in modern day, whatever. Fine. That's fine. But when they try to just basically remake it, tweak a handful of things to satisfy younger demographics, I don't know. To me, it just
don't care.
It shits on the greatness of the original. Again, all these writers went on strike. They wanted more money. You needed more people in rooms. Do you really need that many people in rooms to rewrite a goddamn script that's already written and a movie that was already filmed and made?
I don't think the writers are deciding what projects to make. They just get hired to write the project. Studios are deciding to remake these movies.
But the project's already written for you.
Yeah. They're not going to copy the script word for word.
But I'm just
saying
that
works.
Stupid. I'm just saying originality.
No, they won't. But everything is laid out. I mean, everything's pretty much laid out for you. It's not
for nothing. Enemy Mine wasn't well received by critics or audience. It's a cult classic that people think was good because it's nostalgia.
It was good.
It was good.
People watch it in retrospect now, and they understand that it was a good movie. Not as good as Inner Space, but it was a good movie in terms of Dennis Quaid work.
Yeah, go back and watch it. You'll enjoy it.
I guarantee you, if you watch it, you will be emotionally invested in that movie if you rewatch Enemy Mine now.
Yeah.
Like I said, I rewatched it probably like 4 months ago. It was on. I was like, oh, shit, Enemy Mine. And I watched it again. I was just as emotionally invested watching it again as I was the first 80 times that I had seen it. Very few movies nowadays that come out do that for me.
Right.
I don't know. Like I said, I know they're going to keep remaking things, and I know there's original things out there. I love watching indie films and stuff like that of new materials, new stories. There are plenty of new stories out there. Unfortunately, new stories and that stuff doesn't seem to put asses in seats. So that's I would suggest people go out and look for new writers and new directors and original material that's out there to discover new things that you might like that aren't retreads of
original stuff does not.
And that's
sell.
what Disney's trying to do with the feminist writers, the feminist director.
Oh, Jesus, here we
I'm
go
just
again.
saying. That's it.
This is my pick. King of New York is a great goddamn movie.
Yes, it is.
1990. You got great Lawrence Fishburne, insanely amazing Christopher Walken. Giancarlo Esposito is in this movie. Wesley Snipes is in this movie. David Caruso is in this movie.
There are a lot of people in this movie.
Yeah, it's a gritty, dirty movie, and it is Walken at his peak of just being Walken. He is so good in Kings of New York. Like I said, I mean, if I have to take this over any of the type of gangland type movies that were coming out around this time, this is by far my favorite. Abel Ferrara directed it. That should be all I have to say. It is a good movie, hands down. It captures a good side of New York. You get to follow a drug kingpin who gets released from prison and is looking to reestablish things at the same time, kind of go legitimate, and chaos ensues. But the characters in the movie are great. You really get a lot of actors kind of right at their peak in this movie. And last on our list.
Yes. Listen, look, say what you want to say about Michael Bay's first Transformer movie. This movie is fucking the shit. This is a great summer movie, great action pack. This could lead right off. People watch this in the summertime, lead off right into the 40th anniversary in September, dude. This is a great movie because it brought Transformers to live action. Yo, dude, I'm telling you, the first one I enjoyed. It was so cool to see Optimus Prime transform for the first time in live action. This was
it was cool.
It
was cool.
And listen, when Swindle was in the friggin' goddamn the military base transforming, that was like there was your G.I. Joe Transformers right there with the friggin' military base and stuff like that. That's what I enjoy. And knowing that Transformers and G.I. Joe are coming next year, right? Yeah, next year, right? I think sometime next year.
They just announced it, so 2 years.
Well, they announced maybe in 2 years because I know the cartoon.
25.
Well, the new cartoon that's coming out with Chris Hemsworth, they gave it
that one's coming out. That one's coming out.
Yeah, that's coming out in December, but they gave it standing ovation. So, you know what? I got to check that out. But I love the first movie of Transformers, and look, don't get me wrong. I love the animated '86 movie that came out, but being in live action, really, Scorponok coming out of the ground and friggin' killing that soldier with his tail, just like piercing it, awesome. And then you
get to see Megan Fox and her weird toe thumbs.
Exactly, man.
Who?
Megan Fox.
Toe
thumbs.
Oh yeah. And then you get Michael Bay blowing up things and making it an epic story. Come on, man. This is great.
I mean, it is. I mean, it's what you want from watching I want a blockbuster. I want to watch a blockbuster, a big, loud, in your face, shit's happening, shit's blowing up. Crazy movie.
Listen, we all know that the other ones were so. I know that, but
I wanted better writing and a good story.
Even Joe,
it's Michael Bay movies.
What? You can't have a good story with Michael Bay movies?
Yo, but this Transformers, man, was great when it first dropped. This is the summer blockbuster right here.
Michael Bay do what Michael Bay do. Yeah. He blows shit up, and it's a spectacle. That's what you get out of this movie. It is a spectacle. It is badass to see Optimus Prime
It is.
transform like that. When you hear that sound, you hear that voice, it does give you chills.
Come on, it was great. You know,
I am Optimus Prime.
how cool was it when Starscream friggin' transformed and then on the dam, and it's like you have a lot of cool shit, a lot of cool elements in this, man. The human, and Shia LaBeouf, I gotta say, was really good in this movie for some reason. He's good with the comical thing. This was his tone. You know, I really I enjoyed it.
I like Shia. I know.
I will be watching this sometime this summer
me up
to get myself ready.
It is one
Thumbs
good one
down
to go
for
back
Transformers.
Transformers, more than meets the eye.
Get out of here.
So the first one was fun. To see it in live action that way, it was fun the first time. Bumblebee is still kind of my favorite Transformers movie, but that's just me.
Okay, that was cool too.
I was all right with it.
It had a little more. I
This
just
movie
felt
turned me off.
a little more
from all the
toned
live
down.
Come on,
action.
John Voight, but President of the United States, man. Come on,
yeah.
Nah.
taking Megatron at the end and dropping him
Hard
in
to
the
do.
deep part of the
This,
ocean.
this movie turned me off for the whole franchise. I didn't watch
Why?
any of them after.
You
I
didn't
did
even
not
come
like
back for
this movie.
Wahlberg. It's
Nope.
Transformer.
That's even more reason not to watch it.
It's Transformer.
Can't stand
It's
Mark
Transformers.
Wahlberg. Horrible guy. Horrible actor.
No.
Yeah, listen, fuck the acting. The
Yeah.
fucking Transformers are transforming great.
I don't care.
You see it in live action.
I need a good story.
Here we go.
I need a good story too. What do you want? Transformers in the hood?
Some things
The
you're
hubcaps
not
be stolen?
necessarily going
What
to
the
get a
hell
great
are you
story
talking
of.
about?
Hubcaps be stolen.
Judgment Night.
Cars be on cinder blocks. The Transformers can.
I need a vacation from this stream.
Gonna get
All
sick.
right, everybody. If you didn't grab the QR code earlier, Funk and Soul Mix is available. Scan the QR code to the Spotify Funk and Soul Mix this week that I have curated. If you've missed the past weeks, you can also grab the first mix that we made as well as the country mix.
Here-
Quick, do you think that what's his face you just showed Willem Dafoe? Do you think they ever missed out in making him the Joker?
No.
He should have been the Joker somewhere in one of the movies. What do you think?
I think he would have been a fine Joker.
Yeah.
I don't think that notion came up until after he played Green Goblin.
Yeah. I mean, he has the face for it.
Come on.
Yeah.
All his movies, he had that weird look, that face. He could have been the Joker.
Well, I mean,
I think they had a cover. They had a cover of
Part of it,
Batman that they did that looked like him.
pro tip for these little QR codes: if you go in to the
Yeah, Mama Bear, would be fun.
Spotify, give old Joe a follow, and he'll see when it pops up, maybe, and you can keep it on there so you can go back to it.
Yep. So, like I said, you can watch these on a rewind. Pull up the QR codes if you want. Try to mix things up. So, like I said, we went with Funk and Soul mix this week. So there's a lot of some good deep cuts on there. I'm not going to give you all the top 40 type mixes. So you're gonna get some deep cuts on there. Again, like I said, if you want to expand beyond Nickelback and Taylor Swift, these mixes are there for you to enjoy some different music. Again, the slate of live shows on Rennavision. CBSI Hot 10 runs Fridays at 9, followed by us at 9:30. SNS will be there tomorrow at 9 normally. Tales from the Dark Side.
It's usually 9:15.
9:15, but then Marco's always late, so
Yeah,
9:15 to 9:30. That way you can pick up on the Acolyte talk, and I'm sure Thade will have interesting things to say about the episode. Because you got Kyle on. Well, I don't know if is Kyle on this week. Kyle's out this week, isn't he?
Kyle's
No.
out this
For
week.
SNS. Okay.
I'm out this week too.
So I think
You
somebody
too?
might be.
I got work. I just found out yesterday. Forgot to mention
So-
it to him.
So we'll have a different lineup. I'm not committing anybody on there. There'll be a different lineup for tomorrow on SNS, but I'm sure Matt will be there and Sam and
tomorrow's Clash of the Castle tomorrow,
and maybe a special guest.
2 o'clock.
One in the afternoon, right?
What happened?
Is it 1 in the afternoon?
2 o'clock.
2 in the afternoon.
2 p.m. Eastern.
Brothers from other mothers.
Yep.
On Wednesdays, you can always check out TAC as well. Marco's been doing some great stuff, looking at books and talking about grading and slabbing books and looking a little more closely at books and defects on books and trying to pin down grades. That's been a fun segment. Bruce, what you got on tap this week?
Probably Sunday show. I'm going to. There's some really good books on FOC this week, so a lot of good covers. Pick up some news and argue with Joe on Sunday, continuing from tonight.
Yes.
And then Monday night, we're going to talk about 20 greatest remakes and if they're better than the 20 remakes and if they're better than the originals on Monday night.
Excellent. I'm going to have to send you some suggestions for that list.
Don't forget to follow Chris Owen Art. He's really got some good stuff. The one that the comic I bought, Boba Fett, he does follow him on Instagram, and he has some really good stuff. So if anybody's
interested, I've seen his stuff.
If you haven't subbed to the channel already, please do. Rennavision, if you like this thing that we do, throw a like on there. It's always nice. We always appreciate it.
Thumbs up, baby. Thumbs, please.
Follow Bruce at Kingdom of Nerds. Styx is at Styxboy. I have Joesduelin Comics, where I normally drop some of these spotlights in digestible kind of 3-minute quick little slideshows to run through. It allows you to kind of just look at the covers and not have to listen to us talk. Follow Dom on Instagram at Domtober Old Man Fett to see everything that he's getting picked up and signed, and he always has interesting stuff on there. He's always meeting people. He's a man of the town. He's always out and about.
See if you can channel the dead to get the ones he needs.
See how many people you can revive that have polished Boba's armor to sign some stuff.
A lot. I'm just scratching the surface of what I got, man. Dude, there's people from radio, the radio days of Star Wars that voiced Boba Fett. There's there you go. There's a lot of stuff, man. Ed Begley Jr. voiced Boba Fett in The Empire Strikes Back, radio version of
radio drama. Correct.
Like, what is
I'd want to see. I want to see that signing of somebody going up to Ed Begley Jr. Can you sign my Boba Fett? He would probably be so excited about that.
He probably would too.
It's a good deep cut.
Boba Fett radio.
Mm-hmm.
Happy Father's Day to everybody for this weekend. Enjoy time with the fam if you can, and thank you all for hanging out, boys. Any last words? Any words of wisdom?
Have a good night. Have a good weekend.
Have a good one, everybody.
Enjoy your summer.
Exactly. Have a good one, everyone. We'll see you next week.